What's going on, everybody? C4 here. Welcome back to episode 9 of the San Antonio Marshals flashback franchise. We are here at the beginning of the 2005 season, and we have a lot going forward for us where our team is very good. The 85 overall with an 87 offense, 87 defense. We got the best damn wide receiver in the National Football League, in my biased opinion here, Mr. Andre Johnson, 98 superstar. Only a matter of time till he is a 99. Our offensive line get a lot of familiar names. Jason Peters. We got Evan Mathis. We got Tony Romo slanging that rock at QB, 80 superstar. Hopefully he takes that next big step here this season. Backfield, kind of reminiscent if you're a Charger fan of the early mid-2000s. We got Michael Turner and Darren Sproles. And you know what actually I'm going to do for right now? Because I actually enjoyed it in the preseason. Last time we actually played the game, Darren Sproles is going to be our starter right now. Look at the defensive side. We got some more notable names that you might be familiar with. Dave Pollock is our brand new first-round draft pick out of Georgia. In real life, for those of you that don't remember, he was actually like the best defender in the SEC. Had some injury troubles, but eventually got on the field as a rookie for the Cincinnati Bengals. Had a big stretch of games. I think in 5 games, he had a whole bunch of sacks, and then he had a career-ending injury in that next offseason. So that's why no one really talks about it. I think if he would have had a full NFL career, might have been pretty damn good. So we are going to try to turn that around because we need outside linebacker help. We also got Jared Allen, Vince Wilfork, O.C. Ubanura, Asante Samuel, who's ascending to the echelons of being regarded as one of the best corners in football in real life. Obviously, with the New England Patriots, with the Philadelphia Eagles, he was one of the best ball-hawking corners of his day. But in this save, he started out as like a 77, 78, and in 2 seasons, already up to an 88 star. It's got to be huge, man. Our team is ready here in year number 3. So 05, we started 02, 03, 04, now we're into 05. We need a playoff berth. So we are here for the first half of the season. I'm telling you right now, we're going to wait and play that week 3 game at home. We're going to play the home opener, so we are going to have to open up the season. 2 games on the road. First up, CenturyLink Field against the Seahawks. Second week, I don't even know, with Hard Rock Stadium or something like that in Miami. But we will play week 3 against the Patriots, and hopefully that'll be enough of them. Actually, you know what? No, we'll play that because, week 4 is our home opener divisionally, but I feel like get that momentum rolling week 3 against the Patriots. So here, week 1, we take on the Seattle Seahawks. We don't always do a scouting report, but I actually want to see who the Seattle Seahawks have. Off the top of my head, I have no idea. I know they have Alex Smith at quarterback. He was the first projected first overall player in the draft last year, but he did not go. So they got Matt Hasselbeck. They got Sean Alexander, 97 overall, former Madden cover athlete at running back. They got, Heath Evans. Got fired from NFL Network for being like a sexual harasser. What else we got here? Braylon Edwards. That's a baller pick. That's one hell of a draft. They had an exceptional draft. They got Justin Smith. Remember we were pondering getting him in free agency? Maybe that could come back to bite us in the ass here. Walter Jones, really strong offensive line. Steve Hutchinson and Walter Jones, both those guys are ballers. So they're going to run the ball fairly well. They also got Michael Strahan. They got this is like that team that kind of worries me. Remember, I've talked about this in the past. I always have a feeling that something in the algorithm, when you sign the big free agents, they went out and signed Justin Smith, who's a 99, and Michael Strahan, who's a 93. It just ticks something off when you're doing it in the sim to make your team that much more overpowered. So I'm a little bit worried here week 1. So it'll be very nice to get a little bit of an upset and knock off the Seattle Seahawks and get some momentum here in our season. And in the season opener, that is a heartbreaker. We actually started out with the lead and then just kind of collapsed in the second half, giving up 4 total touchdowns, losing 35-31. That's annoying. Tony Romo, great start to the season, though. 250 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, no turnovers. Our running game is actually, that's pretty damn good. 66 yards for Darren Sproles. Like, if you paid attention to any of the Sims 2 episodes ago, or in last season, we're getting like 30, 20, 40 yards at the max. But I like seeing that from Darren Sproles. Andre Johnson, huge game, 9 catches, 138 yards, 2 touchdowns. He also had a touchdown there from Bradford. Defensively, 10 tackles and a sack from Jay Foreman. Sharper, Pollock, and Charles Hill all had sacks as well. We had 2 picks, Asante Samuel and Marcus Coleman. And I mean, I guess, going up against a team like the Seattle Seahawks, who are a playoff favorite, that's not the worst loss. It wasn't like we got blown out, but you definitely would have liked to win that one. It's kind of annoying. Week number 2, we fall it in short yet again, losing 24-17 to the Dolphins. This is kind of what I want, though. Let's be honest. It almost feels it's not fun because I have to sim, but on the other hand, I know I'd like win these games if I was playing them. So it's nice to get an L every now and again to try to keep some realism. We're still in year 3 of being an expansion franchise. It takes a while to get some dubs. Not everyone can be like Las Vegas Knights and go to the Stanley Cup. Did they win it? I can't remember. They went to like deep in the playoffs their first year in existence. That is the anomaly. That is not the norm. And tough defeat here against the Miami Dolphins, against David Carr. Tony Romo, not a great game. 238 yards, a touchdown, and a turnover. We got 48 yards and a touchdown here from Darren Sproles. 7 for 62 and a touchdown from Corey Bradford. All right game from Andre Johnson. Didn't take it over by any means. Aaron Glenn led the team with 11 tackles. We get a sack from Jamie Sharper. No turnovers. Defense did not play well enough as we fall victim to the Miami Dolphins and go to 0-2 to open up the season. So it's that time at the end of week 2. It opens up the scouting, and we are taking a look here at the 2006 draft. So for these custom draft classes, we're now getting to a point where almost all the players, for the most part, have their player faces, which is awesome for the immersion. And look at this draft class. I mean, it's going to be a big draft class for us. Do we need a quarterback? Probably not. Could be potentially interesting if we want to like turn around the career of Vince Young or Matt Leinart. But I feel like, barring utter failure for Tony Romo this season, we're probably going to be sticking with Romo. You get that superstar dev. In the backfield, I mean, we could always be looking for another running back. Reggie Bush coming out of USC. That would be actually a huge get. A lot of people think he's a consensus #1 overall pick. It's between him and Mario Williams. Beyond that, you got D'Angelo Williams out of Memphis. He's a nice running back. Lendell White, Maurice Jones-Drew. It's another strong draft class where there is definitely some value here when it comes to the running backs. Wide receiver, we got Santonio Holmes. We got Greg Jennings. He puts the team on his back. I might even just need to like prioritize getting a Greg Jennings just for the memes and stuff. Actually, I should be setting our board. I'll do that later. I don't want to hold you guys up too long here because I want to get into this game against the Patriots. We got Jason Avant, Brandon Marshall out of UCF, big wide receiver, played a little bit of safety at UCF, so a little bit more of a project. Not super familiar with the rest of these guys. Vernon Davis, I mean, one of the most craziest combines I've ever seen. We could be, looking to get younger at tight end. Billy Miller is almost 30, so you look at Vernon Davis, you got Mercedes Lewis here out of UCLA. There is some talent here at tight end that could be a very interesting team. Owen Daniels was a nice underrated receiver for some time. You got Delaney Walker here in the 6th round, a little bit undersized, might even go undrafted, 6'1", 240, but you know what he can bring. Our offensive line is good, but there are some decent linemen. You got DeBrickashaw Ferguson, Andrew Whitworth. In the interior, you got Nick Mangold from Ohio State. He's really good. Even though I don't think we're going to invest in the offensive line. Davin Joseph. Do I say RIP? I feel like someone that got picked by the Bucks in this draft passed away. Might be Davin Joseph. Jari Evans, another big-time guard. At the other tackle, you got Eric Winston. He had a long career. Donald Penn is a UDFA. Had a really nice season. What was it, 2-3 years ago? Wasn't he first team All-Pro with the Raiders? He was a beast. On the defensive side, I mean, on defense, our lines are fairly good at this point. You got Kiwanuka there. You got Mario Williams. I mean, I don't expect us to have a high enough draft pick to really be talking about like the Mario Williams of the world, but he's a beast, 6'7", 295, scheme flexible. You got Daryl Tapp. You got Tamba Hali, Rob Ninkovich. There's some nice little players here that we can get for our rotation. The inside, Haloti Nata. I mean, we could look at get a little bit younger there. Hanata out of Oregon would be beast. You got Broderick Bunkley, former Philadelphia Eagle. Pecco, Kyle Williams, Buffalo Bill legend. There's some all right guys here. Linebacker, you got A.J. Hawk, Manny Lawson, D'Amico Ryans, DeQuell Jackson. Like some of these guys, maybe not all pros, but definitely legit playmakers. Ernie Sims was an insane athlete. His combine should be ridiculous. Thomas Howard had a nice career for the Raiders, most notably. Stephen Tulloch, good tackler. In the secondary, you got Antonio Cromartie, Jonathan Joseph, Devin Hester. Do we dare get maybe one of the most dangerous return men ever? I know we just got Josh Cribbs, but Devin Hester could be a beast. Tim Jennings had some good years with the Chicago Bears. Cortland Finnegan, just a shit disturber. I don't know if I want to bring in Cortland Finnegan with Andre Johnson on our roster. When it goes to safeties, Antoine Bethea had a nice career. I think he's still playing, actually. You got Dante Hittner, Roman Hart, Bernard Pollard. There's some big-time hitters here between Dante Whitner and Bernard Pollard. Bernard Pollard, goddamn Patriot killer. Felt like every time he played the Patriots, be it on like the Titans or the Texans or the Ravens, he was hurting somebody. Special teams, there's some all right kickers there. So it's a good draft class. So those are just some names for you guys to kind of, pay attention to. Understand that we're probably not going to have, a super high pick. I mean, when you look at the top 10, I think, Reggie Bush at running back, he's probably going to be very, very overpowered. Or Vernon Davis at tight end. But we might need to, temper expectations, start looking at mid-round, because we're going to hope to at least make the playoffs. So around the 20s, I mean, maybe Nata could slip. That'd be a good pick. But, just keep, write down some of those names, and let me know who you guys think I should start to add to my short list that you would really like to see in this upcoming offseason for the Marshals. Now, let's get finally into the game, Week 3, against the 2-0 undefeated Tom Brady and the Patriots. Oh, Wes Welker with the improvised play. So that is, man. We talked about him in the last episode. He made the goddamn thumbnail in the last episode. He is so overpowered. Wes Welker across the middle. Andre Johnson doing everything else. How have we not won a game yet? Oh my God. I have the feeling right now this is gonna be Tony Romo's breakout day for the rest of his career. He's unstoppable. He's only missed one pass. He's throwing dimes. He's throwing darts. Look at that beautiful touchdown in traffic to Andre. It's only the beginning. Oh, get in there, Bradford. There, 3 first-half touchdowns for him. I want 7. I want 6 or 7 in this game minimum. Establish dominance over Tom Brady early. Oh, let's go. Oh, Sproles, embarrassing. 4 touchdowns. That was all Darren Sproles. Less Tony Romo, but it still counts. That was sick. Filthy. I think we made the right decision going with Sproles as our lead back as well. What do you guys think? Sproles or Turner? Let me know in the comments. All right, let's go, Tony. First and goal on the 6. Tied up at 28. We just can't put the Patriots away. Great floater. Goes to Brandon Stokely, the veteran. 5 touchdowns on the game for Tony Romo, and it still might not be enough because the defense is throwing up a goose egg. All right, we're going to try to win this 4th and 12, 53 yards. We got the stupid animation. Oh, come on. We got a 90-some overall kicker. Oh, that's going to be good. It's up. God damn it, I suck at it now. I was so good last year. Now I'm garbage. And we go to overtime. We fucking lose, man. Why is defense in general so ass in this game? Can't the computer play to the actual quality of a team? It's supposed to be like a coming out game. Romo was amazing. Tony Romo was simply amazing. I think we missed 2 passes the whole game. 400 yards. 5 touchdowns. And yet, we lose to the New England Patriots. Fucking embarrassing, man. In a losing effort, Tony Romo still is player of the week, but doesn't matter. A loss is a loss. It sucks. And I guess we're the worst team in football. Another loss. 30-13. Romo was not good. Run game was non-existent. No one had a good game receiving. And on the defensive side, we had a couple sacks, no turnovers. Pathetic. Surprise, surprise. Another divisional game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. And we lose, giving up 21 points, 3 touchdowns in the second quarter. Just, I don't know, man. 400 yards on the day. It's not great. Touchdowns, interceptions. I bet you the run game was nothing. Nothing at all. Might have to go back to Michael Turner. Andre Johnson, a good game. Same with Wes Welker. Defensively speaking, we got 7 tackles from Foreman, 2 sacks from Osi Umenyiora, a pick from Zach Bronson. But my God, man, this season's pretty much over. All right, so since this season's pretty much over, we're looking to sell, and we're able to flip Kyle Bowler, who's a 77 quick dev quarterback, like 24, and Brandon Stokely, a nice veteran wide receiver, to the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are in dire need of a quarterback for their first-round pick. Currently sitting at pick 19. Hopefully, it's only going to get worse. And this one's, it makes sense, because I'm actually starting to question whether or not Tony Romo should be our starter. He's just not playing well in the sim, and I know that, there could be some excitement by bringing in a Vince Young or a Matt Leinart. So, I mean, quarterbacks always slip, so maybe we could still, we're going to have a very high pick right now, who've yet to win. And then maybe with this second first-round pick, we could potentially look at addressing a quarterback unless Tony Romo steps it up down the stretch. But it kind of sucks. I mean, every time we did play with Kyle Bowler, he played very, very well, but still, has the makings of maybe being a franchise. I mean, a 77 quick dev. He's 24. I mean, hopefully this doesn't come back to bite us in the ass. And the Jags become a power. I mean, we're trading within the division. It's always very, very risky, but just another storyline to add to the mix. But we get good value, I think, for a first-round pick. Shocking. Going up one of the worst offenses in the league, we still give up 42 points. losing 42-24 against 4 touchdowns to Pennington. At least like Tony Romo did something. 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. Running game doesn't exist. Billy Miller, 9 catches, 87 yards, 3 touchdowns. Not a bad game from Andre Johnson either. Defensively, sack from Jared Allen, no turnovers. But are we gonna really try and test the waters on an 0-16 season? Well, I'm not really in the mood on this losing streak to talk about renegotiating. There is 2 players that, even though they are getting up there in age, I want them to come back. First up is Jamie Sharper, leader of our defense. While it doesn't really seem like you have a whole lot of defense, he didn't want that contract. I think we'll come back to the table. Aaron Glenn, no, change on the guard. We need to get younger. Even though he's 87, he'll probably still be... Yeah, we need to get younger. Same with Ryan Young. We have a next Dealman. I think we moved from guard to tackle. He's like a 79 at this point, so we can save some money there. I do like Jay Foreman, though, at 29. But I'll see if he takes this offer. If he takes this offer, it'll be fine. I don't think I will renegotiate if he doesn't. And look, there we go. He does it. I mean, he had a big couple interceptions for us when we actually play with the defense. So I do like him. We will come back to the table on Jamie Sharper, but I think it's going to be a slight change in the guard here. We're going to let Aaron Glenn, Ryan Young, and I mean, we don't even use Jonathan Wells, but Zach Bronson has played a lot of football for us. Those guys are going to hit free agency. The good news is I re-signed Jamie Sharper. The bad news is we go this entire episode without winning a game. Maybe the tone was set in that just annoying loss to the New England Patriots, but my God, 33-23, we fall to who's their quarterback at this point? Like Kurt Warner. No, they don't have Warner yet. Jake Plummer. Oh my God, we got beat by a plumber. We got beat by a tradesman. A tradesman out-dueled Tony Romo. Tony Romo, 180, no touchdowns, an interception. Got some all right. I mean, even the yards are garbage, but we did get at least a touchdown from Darren Sproles, 2 touchdowns from Michael Turner. Billy Miller had an all right game. What is going on here? Is it a wide receiver problem? Is Wes Welker and Andre Johnson just not playing well? Is my 99 overall wide receiver not good enough for this offense? Or is it a Tony Romo issue? That's something we got to rectify, man. This is the longest I've ever gone. We're 0-7. We're in week number 8 without a victory, and we've been close maybe 2 times. It's not even just like, oh my God, we're getting unlucky. We're getting handed and tuned for the most part. We got 2 TFLs and a sack from Vince Wilfork, one of the better games he's had for us. We got an interception from the veteran safety Marcus Coleman. But I don't know what to tell you, fellas. It's not even like that weird year 4 of a realistic rebuild where everything just seems to go against us. It's only year 3. But we cannot buy a win. I guess we're not getting blown out. Maybe that's the worst thing. If we're getting blown out, we know that we need to do a complete overhaul. And A, B, and C is not working. We got to change it. But we're not sucking bad enough that you can easily identify what the problem is in the sim right now. And I mean, to keep the integrity of this series, I'm not just gonna start playing all the games because this is what we want. We want to embrace the grind, embrace the struggle of becoming a franchise that's brand new, an expansion franchise. So you're gonna have the ups and downs. You're not just gonna become a powerhouse right away. This is kind of what we wanted in a weird way, is this struggle. I mean, last year we had a lot more positives and negatives. It actually looked like we were gonna win the division last season. That came to a collapse, and we've ever since like week 10 of last year, we have been hot garbage, and we are sitting at 0-7 as we wrap up this episode. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I gave you guys some things to think about in terms of the draft class, some names, but is this a Romo issue? Do we dare? If we get like the first overall pick, do we dare look at a Vince Young? I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, that Texas USC game was awesome, but I still hate that game because it makes Texas and USC still like they're still so overrated and overhyped because of that game. But I don't know, man. Vince Young, that could, from an athletic standpoint, as freaky as like a Michael Vick, Lamar Jackson type, we could turn his career. I don't know. I'm gonna slightly plant that seed in your head, but honestly, I mean, when I played with Tony Romo, the one game we played, we went off. So let me know what you guys are kind of leaning towards for this offseason. I'm getting ready to go on we'll call it a work trip. So I'm not going to be around for a little bit, so I have to pre-record these, unfortunately. But I will have at least this episode up to kind of gauge your guys' feedback. So let me know what you feel about that in the comment section below. But thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Winless Marshals here on YouTube. As always, your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button, smash the like button if you enjoyed. And until next time, it's C4 saying peace out.
Money I'm spending, I'm out and I'm shopping. You talking that shit, well you talking and talking. Look at my options, look at me dropping. Ass in the game, like who are you stopping? Not me, I never. Not me, I never.